chance, I swear, oh, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, but them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we dey here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause na time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come oh. It dey very close and they feel am oh. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it up. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. But now them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice. Something on the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause na time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come oh. It dey very close and they feel am oh. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. Mr. Bobsy, I don't speak my mind. Lord, come save my people.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Una kabo una kushe. My name na Fatia Samura. Me na one of the hosts na the APC Diaspora TV Online. Adena with me co-host. Welcome, my dear Sweet Bonita.
Good evening, Comrade Tor. Good evening, viewers. As Fatia said, definitely we are here today. This is our flagship program. We definitely try to bring you something on every Sunday. So this is going to be a must. I think before we even start, I want to make an appeal to all districts, all constituency, or all wards. Please, we need presenters. We need shows. So we want people to have their own programs. So at least this platform is running on a daily basis. But Sunday is the flagship program to make sure that the APC Diaspora Online TV platform is online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So people in America, Australia, even China, we want you on board because everybody's times are different. So at least you can have a viewing to the China people, to the Australian people, to the Canadian, to the Americans. Please, let's come on board to make sure that our platform is growing. Thank you so much, Fatia, and back to you in the studio.
Thank you so much, my lovely. Today we've got a fun show for now. Today now basically in a monologue. Now me and Sweet Bonita they do the year in review. So they can talk about waiting all we don't present for the whole year. Well, 90% of it. Me and Sweet Bonita they talk, they do a dialogue. We just discuss them briefly and touch on anything what we don't talk about. Also, please, if una want we discuss anything we don't talk about, please una not be afraid to write it in the comments, and then me and Sweet Bonita will discuss them. Please, guys, una come on board and join us today in an open discussion. Now for we all. So, my lady, Sweet Bonita, what you want to start with was if we go according to the list.
Well, honestly, Fatia, I think let we try to go on the list that we had.
Yes.
Because again, this is where we give opportunity to our viewers to help us if we have missed anything out, so that definitely the chat line will be watching it, and we are so grateful. Please let us know where you are watching us from, so at least we are here. Me, as I always said, I'm here to learn, And that's something that we all do every day. Every day we are learning, so we should not stop. So definitely we have our own from our boss, Owen Castle. Today is his birthday. Before I forget, happy birthday, boss. But
Happy birthday.
This is like something that he has brought to our knowledge. I don't know why he's not here, but I'm sure maybe he's trying to.
You don't go na birthday for go birthday dinner, sweet bonita. I give go birthday dinner. Even me self, even on my birthday, I go for birthday dinner.
Can you imagine?
You don't go out to the missus and the family.
Okay, that's good. But definitely, we're just trying to do what he has asked us to do, a recap of 2025. Today is the 4th day, if I'm not mistaken, of 2026. So definitely we know what is happening, what's coming up. So Fatia, let's start from what we have, and then we are allowing the viewers to tell
exactly
us.
because while they go through released in March, they talk about the anti-terrorism law that came into force. So you want to start me on that, sweet bonita?
To be honest, when it comes to anti-terrorism law, I think this one is like, you know, when they said it has a selection, it's not a law that is for everybody. It's a selection. They will choose who it will affect. Like, you know, Africa, they say, you sabi me, not sabi me, eh? Okay. You know, somebody will do something very bad and be like, you sabi me, no, you not sabi me. Then next minute, a call from above, you need to release this person. So that means it doesn't really work. But again, within our constitution, we have anti-terrorist law. So we have that. We don't know what's going to
we have to have it for the record, really. Because so we are understanding, we were then at this part of the diaspora, particularly in the United Kingdom, when it comes to anti-terrorism law, it's a very serious offense. In fact, it's the highest. You know, I think it's probably even more. It's basically anti-terrorism law is basically compared to murder, or probably even more higher, because that's what you want any play with, and it doesn't go by face, by color, by tribe, or by looks. If you're suspected of any anti-terrorism, it's not who you know. If you're suspecting of doing anything where class or where fall under the Anti-Terrorism Act, then you will be apprehended. You will be brought to the Court of Justice. Every day, not to Uda Isabuda no Sabi. So Sierra Leone anti-terrorism law, when it was introduced, I was expecting, you know, quite definite and definition of what it is. I think under the anti-terrorism law, now then they in conjunction with the social media, it kind of like, because one time somebody got charged for social media and they say under the anti-terrorism law. So I'm thinking, is this one law, or is it a dissect of that law there, or an extension of that? Sweet Bonita, enlighten me. You spend 1 year na free tour.
But here, as I said, when it comes to laws in Sierra Leone, they will choose. It's just like when people translate English language. It's how you're gonna interpret it. It's not like what the main definition of it, but like, for example, Fatia, I think anti-terrorism law is, you sit on your social media, for example, you're sitting now in the studio, you says, oh, sweet Bonita, I don't like you because you are a thief. And then because I have a power, you come next to my house. I said, you know what? That's Fatia there. Just catch her. She did anti-terrorism law. Why? Well, we're not going to say she's in court. We can't disclose that. But the main reason is because she called me that, oh, I was a liar. What I said, it was not right. Then Fatia is behind the prison. That's how Sierra Leone's anti-terrorism law, or their laws, the way they practice it, is that with the truth is there, they leave the truth. And then whoever that has connections, then that's the person that they listen to, or has money. That's just what it is.
So it's basically, it's interpreted in a different format to what me and you would think what anti-terrorism mean. Something to do with government and all that. So basically, the interpretation of the anti-terrorism law in Sierra Leone format is quite different compared to what me and you would expect. So it's basically, and if any rules and regulation, or particularly the highest law of the land, which is anti-terrorism, is people can interpret it the way they want, then we're in trouble, no?
Yeah, it's true. Can you remember the drug law that is in Sierra Leone, which is the brother-in-law or the son-in-law to the first man of the country?
Yeah.
It has different name, but it's still in Sierra Leone.
Name Omar now, Omar something.
Well, there is Umar, there is Hassan, there is whatever. He has so many names. But, you know, just because he has a connection, nothing comes out of it. Such a person should, it's not even a negotiation. But this is us in Sierra Leone. I think somebody was showing, is it last year that they found him in Sierra Leone, especially in December? And this is the whole year. That guy is still there. And somebody says the other day they found him in chapter 1. Can you imagine where everybody's going to spend $100? So it is what it is.
So for us, what now one of the topic that we'll be doing now back in March for try for interpret the anti-terrorism law. But like how we say, it's open to an interpretation. Anything we're open to interpretation is also open to abuse, which is what we see in SL. So this particular anti-terrorism law, like how we people can say, in not all water. So it really not all water or not all cement, whatever it is, but it's open to interpretation. And any law, we're not watertight, we're not set in concrete. Is open to abuse because it's open to interpretation. So the next topic we'll talk about the declaration and the status of the tripartite recommendations with Bonita. We all know what we've been anxiously waiting. Even now we're still waiting because I'm still waiting for something to come out of this this tripartite business. Tripartite become the common knowledge, the second nature of every Sierra Leonean. Everybody, now the tripartite, you know, I say a lot of people take things for fun. Anything you talk about tripartite, they can go. Now it's tripartite to wait for. So it become a common knowledge and the second so many. Because the reason for that, people they expect something better and bigger for come out of it, particularly in favor of the APC party. But what we've got, I think, from the start, was a little bit disappointing, Sweet Bonita, isn't it?
It's not a little bit. It's a wholeheartedly disappointed. And if you check when, like for me, I don't think the tripartite was about APC. This was about Sierra Leone, because what happened that is leading to the tripartite, it does not just affect APC, it affects Sierra Leone as a whole. Because I'm just trying to divert a little bit. Like, do you just remember what happened yesterday in Venezuela?
Yes.
When the president imposed themselves. This is similarly to why we should have not even have a tripartite in the first place. He would have just been removed and then taken away. But people said, oh, let's have dialogue. And one thing I've always said in Africa, or especially in Sierra Leone, let me use Sierra Leone because that's what I know. It's like, if you allow somebody to do something to you, the next thing is apology. Just apologize. Please just forgive. You that don't forgive now, you become the bad person. Oh, who do you think you are? You have a heart of a stone. But that person was hurting me. You think I didn't have a heart of a stone by then? I did, but none of you saw my own. Now you want me to forgive this person. This is where it is. Tripartite, when APCians or Sierra Leoneans were saying tripartite, if you remember, not once, not twice, not thrice, you will see this boy, what's his name? David Senghor was saying, what's tripartite? What's tripartite? So for them, it was like, it was nothing. We were just wasting our time. Completely. So, and in the end, when it happens, he still came out and said, I did ask, what's tripartite? There was nothing out of it. It was just a waste of time. And if you remember, under these administrations or under these particular government or political party, every time we'll have Bintu-Mani 1, Bintu-Mani 2, they'll always bring these things to say, let's do this for peace. And then they will never follow it through. All the recommendations that they brought through, how many have they really abided to? How many?
None. I haven't seen any yet. We may not see any yet. Probably you have.
I haven't.
Because the tripartite was if you're just joining us now, we do a year in review. It's kind of like a monologue thing. Me and Sweet Bonita just discuss what we have shown you over the years. So we just do a free speech, a free conversation, a free talking, just a year in review. Please, if we discuss anything that we have done in the last year or so, just be on cam. We will talk about and put on at the chat. And also for those that are just joining us, we want to wish you a happy new year 2026. We hope for the better and for the betterment for we party and for the betterment for all of us. Another thing, Sweet Bonita, particularly this tripartite, I was highly disappointed because they keep talking about I think you said and lead with to the fact that we were expecting more, hence the reason we were disappointed, or we just took it upon ourselves to be hopeful to the highest, and then eventually we were dropped because I had hopes, and so does many millions of people had hopes. People me really related in the salon world, Abo Panistra Pata, that it will bring them something genuinely, and also something that they were hoping for, particularly in terms of the election results. It will be reversed, or better still, with the election will be conducted again. But if not, then we get 200 or may not sabi how many 100 pages of reviews, and what some of we just read the first two and the last page and the middle page, and we draw our own conclusion, and we're still drawing a conclusion up to today.
To be honest, Fatih, I had a high hopes the beginning of it because it involves the party, and again, as I said earlier, this was not just for APC, it was for Sierra Leone as a whole. Because when you look at it, the party has a stand as a political party.
Mm-hmm.
There are things that a political party should always follow. And I think for us missing now, the person that lead us to the tripartite did not follow what the party requested. Because if that was followed, the result we needed, we would have got it. But the mere fact you miss it, because this is just where they said you don't change the rules of the game in the middle of the game. So
No.
if you don't follow it, and then things started going, you can't go back and say, oh, I would have, if this, but you were told and you didn't do it. So now it's at this point where there's nothing you can do. For example, us going for a tripartite, we never went to court, even though, yes, we knew that the judiciary has nothing that they would have done, but at least as a party, we would have gone to court to say, well, we are dissatisfied with the result. We didn't do that. And secondly, when it comes to like the representation from our area, which was the APC and our other political party, the SFPP, we put up the head of our party, whilst SFPP gave us a child. For me, that was a disrespect. If anybody that will come, apart from, let's say, the president or the vice, I don't think we would have sent our leader. In fact, the PRO would have been, for me, enough. Not even our secretary, because our secretary is way beyond or have a more position than even David Senge. I don't care whatever qualification he thinks he has. But when it comes to that, I think we needed to rank ourselves in that stage. And for me, that was one of the places we failed. Because if somebody's giving you a child, why would I go to discuss with another person's child? You send another child, so at least let them banter there.
But that's fine, sweet Bonita. But I think it's the advice. We were advised by and large that the tripartite will bring us console, will console us, will bring us good news, will bring us the betterment. I think we were just too hopeful. Hence the reason most of us, the higher rank, the one that rank above our pay grade, even though we're not getting paid, advise us to do. Going to court would have been detrimental to us because the case would have been shelved, probably up to now it would have been shelved. So the only choice we were left with was having a tripartite committee from outside to come in to try to settle our differences. Where we missed the point, like you said, probably there shouldn't be any tripartite, or if the tripartite would have if we not be left with no choice, we would have to make the rules of engagement say this is what we want to be discussed. This is the context that we want to go by. If that context that we give is not adhered to, then probably there shouldn't be any tripartite. Probably that's where we went wrong. We should have. They have the word terms of reference, but our terms of reference and their terms of reference was completely different. Probably we should have drawn our own context and say, this is not the context we want to talk about. If this is not included in the discussion, then therefore, because we have the upper hand, you see, then the tripartite would not be included. Well, because we're not get the content page and say this now we want to talk about, I think that's where we fall short. So basically, we're just giving anything that we, like when I say we throw away until you take it or leave it, because we normally draw your own conclusion and we normally do your own context of what we want to discuss. That's where we fail. That's where the failure started from the beginning. With terms of reference wasn't sufficient enough, really.
No, well, Fatia, again, I'm going to play the advocate for the party here, because as a party going in there, the initial stage was This is what we wanted. Either a rerun, or we needed to get the data of literally how people voted. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the things that the representative that turns up says, well, we are not here for that. Did you
Yeah.
go to court? No. So it means what we wanted, we're not going to get out of that tripartite. And as a party, the stand was, then there's no conversation because that's all we want.
So therefore, do you think we should have withdrawn
Yes.
from there and then?
Yes. Because even after everything, we still did not get anything. Like they came say, oh, let's our member of parliament goes back to parliament, they will pay them. I don't know when was the last time they paid them all their backlog. Even whilst they were there, over how many months, they didn't get their money.
So the recommendation, we also, is it 150 pages? I'm not sure now, 180 something pages. Correct me if I'm wrong. It could be, a bit more. But only how many recommendations were made? Is anything be put into action? Is anything be action?
The ones that have been action for tier, it's not fully action. They action it with a clause. For example, even when it comes to like the person that do the electoral commissioner, one has just been imposed. Well, one was imposed after Connor was removed. Which
well,
that
he
was
resigned, isn't it? He wasn't actually removed. He resigned.
Where resigning? My sister. That's what they posted. They did. He was replaced by that one, which was forced on us again. And these are some of the recommendations that when it comes to certain positions, it should not be just done by whoever is in government. It needs to be done by both the government and the opposition with stakeholders. But that did not happen. So
do you think we need, like they recommended, an independent body, basically?
I don't think
it's independent.
Independence, but thank you. Because, for example, somebody that was telling us it was a civil society now is the PRO for the SFPP, and which has always been a member of the SFPP. So for the past 10 years, under the APC, he was a civil society. All of a sudden, he's now a party person, just as the former Clark. Who is he now? Is he not a secretary? So at the end of the day, when it comes to them, it's not that. It's only when it comes to APC you find. And again, as I said, let's forget about these tripartite because some of us, like for me, I'm still frustrated.
Well, we are, because if you look at it, if you look at our comrades, at the electoral justice comrades, they're still fighting for the EJ. They're still fighting for the recommendation to be applied, which would be betterment for all of us, including the party, which is a good cause they're fighting. We can't say no, una not fit. We can forget some people. We have to fight something they believe in, but it's just, would it actually come to pass? That's the big question, really and truly. With this kind of tyrants where we get in situ, so it makes it a little bit difficult, to be quite honest.
I don't really want to comment on EJs because EJs are also comrades. And again, as
I
said,
so they're fighting for that tripartite recommendation.
No.
To be part of it, to be elected.
No,
to be active.
When it comes to anything to do with APC, we all need to be in one unison. We can all not speak the same language, but APC is an institution, is a political party, it's not a social club. So to say it's just about me, no. Because I say this, then it has to be my way or no way. That's where the EJ stands as we speak. EJ is fighting for electoral justice. And we have been told from the tripartite there is not going to be no rerun. How many times have they told us that Dr. Samura will be reinstated? Or people are coming to... How many times have we been told? This is almost 2 years, right? Nothing has been done. 2023. But here, I cover the whole of Port Loko by myself in my vehicle. Nobody pays me. I never ask for any funds. So if anybody's fighting for electoral justice, believe me, I should be the number one person standing in front because I went there, did everything I have to do as a Sierra Leonean, as a citizen, to make sure that our votes are counted. Whilst I was sitting there, we were calling the results for, especially Port Loko. I was like, I had to call Honorable. I'm like, Honorable, what's going on? Is it? It said no. We are still. I said something has been announced. It says no. Maybe it's a mistake that has become permanent. This is why the party says, no, we can't do this. This is wrong. So if the party says, let's do this, and such individual says, no, let's do this, and now it comes out this way, you're blaming the party. It doesn't work. And there's another election 2028. You know that there's going to be an election in 2028. What's the EJ for? So when somebody win, for example, Fatia, you go and stand as the flag bearer now, you succeeded to be the flag bearer of APC, and then you become the president. So that's when they will bring Dr. Samra and say, Fatia, move. Let's put Dr. Samra because he was fighting for EJ. It's not going to work. Let's be honest. Because
well,
for me,
there's something called patience is virtue.
Oh, definitely. Fatila, I don't have anything with that. To be honest, even if, let's say, it's you that they turn the president today, I am happy that it's going to be anybody else on an SAPP or any other political party, because an APC in governance for me is better than any other political party. I'm sorry. You understand? But I have seen that EJ thing is not going to work. I'm not saying I don't want it to work. I would really love it to work, because whatever comes in, when the person comes as an EJ, let's say is going to represent for which political party? Is it not APC? You can't come as an EJ. You need to belong to a political party. Which political party are you coming with? The political party is going this way. You are going that way. To be honest, sometimes I'm finding it difficult. And most of these people that are doing this EJ, these are people that I have high respect for. That's why you see me, I don't comment on it. I just hold my peace. Because, and most of these things I said, anybody that have gone through the APC National Youth League, not Young Congress, so, because there is difference, a great difference between the National Youth League and the Young Congress. Until you know the difference between those two, then you know what politics is. At this point, for me, I don't know what the Young Congress are doing. And most of the Young Congress that you've seen that are striving really well from the current Young Congress, these are people from the Youth League, So you can see where the brain, the charisma, and also the confidence come from, because we were really trained as a National Youth League. Now is Young Congress. You have kids. Fatia, what would
you have kids, you have big men and big women. There's age disparity there. Anyway, so for those that are just joining us today, we do a year in review. All waiting we don't discuss through the years. I mean, through this year 2025 that just gone past. Me and Sweet Bonicha just to have a recap, like a monologue, just discussing it to close the 2025 officially. So the next one I want to talk about is number 3 on our list. This is when the government was forced in terms of the petroleum prices and cement, due to the massive outcry from the population. At some point, I think, when was this? Was this in March, when everything just kind of like basically rocketed? It becomes like, what's it they call again? A diamond or something, gold dust. Petrol become gold dust, cement become gold dust. And it was such an outcry of the population, the government was forced to release a statement, and also to regulate, put some policies to regulate it. So how does that take us back, Sweet Bonita? Because that was a disaster, really and truly.
If you look, the cost of fuel, even though, yes, now as we speak is like 25,000, which I can say is almost like $1. And how much does people work that they're paying $1 for a fuel? And the fuel before, it was like 27, and the prices of the transportations were supposed to go down. I think it's only on the buses, which they call the Poda, and also the Wakafine, that decided to reduce their prices. But when it comes to those motorbikes, which the Hondas and then the Keke, they did not reduce their prices at all. They still Okada, yeah. They still stick to it. For us that lives in the provinces, to be honest, and somebody will tell you, the price go down, but I not get change. But if you give them half of that money, they'll tell you, oh, my money not full up. I'm like, I'm supposed to pay less. The fuel has gone down. This is what I used to pay. Why am I paying more? It went down, it went up, but it did not put the prices down, and that's really.
So where does that? So in that case, then, Sweet Bonita, what do you think the government should have done then? Because if the just like a cement, the petrol don't go down, the cement don't go to slightly, not majorly, just very slightly, but even so, you know, and if you say they make any because everything else has gone up, therefore then prices will not be reduced. There's no point deducting it if the price of the bag of rice has gone up, palm oil gone up, everything gone up. So reducing my charger price for the Wakafine bus, the Keke, the Okada, it's becoming too much. You understand? So they're not going to break even either. So therefore, I will leave the price as it is, regardless if the petrol don't come down. But everything else is gone up. So now, like, what's it called? False economy, no?
But yeah, that's Sierra Leone economy for you, my sister. You don't you don't stress yourself with it because no matter what you do, people will do whatever they want to do. And somebody tell you, well, if you want, calm down. So you'll be like, okay, I'm coming off. And this is the same person say, okay, you have to pay me like £10. I'm 10,000. And you give them like 20,000. They'll give you 5,000 and say, I'll not get 5,000. You do, Chris, where's my 5,000? And then unless you see them, okay, look, 5,000. So it's like they will ask you, charge you more for them to even give you a change. Now they start telling you, I don't get change. So you can leave your money with them, which is hard. It's hard. But to be honest, it's very difficult for people living
it's
in...
not the APC dog this. He's come to the year in review. Instead of in the part of the news. The whole year, I don't see Ace. So if I let myself can say goodbye to 2025. So, Miss Bonita, I understand where the drivers, the Okada, the Keke, and also the Wakafine or transport.
No, Wakafine reduce.
Because in an obviously government initiative. But the other one there, to be honest, that now make a call on false economy. There's no point in me reducing the petrol, the transportation fee, because you don't reduce the petrol tiny bit, but everything else has gone up. So that's really what we refer to as false economy. So even if I was one of those Okada people, I don't think I'll be bringing the price down, because bringing the price down, I would not be even able to buy rice. Does that make sense? So it's false economy, either way you look at it.
If what you think like you buy rice, that's what you do. You even sell human being just to buy rice, and you still not buy the rice.
So the press release, when the government released in I think that was in March, say, okay, well, we regulate the petrol and the cement. It really didn't make any difference, to be honest, because the prices still stay the same. If not, they even went up. So that means that the press release and the policies, they're not all water. They weren't set in stone.
No. The only thing they did on the fuel that it's not helpful, because they have to impose. There was one fuel station, I don't know if it was called Zara or something. They were selling fuel, like when other people were selling like 27, they were selling 25.
Okay.
So you will find out people will buy more from them. And you find out we will queue more there to buy fuel. But it came to a point they said everybody have to sell at 25. So somebody that you want them to sell 25, they want to sell 23. Why are you forcing them? What is your problem? What is your game?
So it can come down, but it wasn't supposed to go up, really?
Yes.
Okay.
But they force other companies that were selling very reasonable for people.
So go up with their price.
Yeah. And most of these areas that they were selling those reasonable fuel, you will find out the people that live there were even way below the national minimum wage where they live. So the fuels were very reasonable. It's not that much, but it was better. Okay. And you see people will go there, but now they all have to sell it the same price, and nothing has changed.
Okay. So basically you were just left Freetown now, after 1 year. The price from March 25 to this December, was it still the same, or it may not go up more?
No, it went down. It's 25 now. Fuel is 25,000.
So since March it's been stable.
Well, it didn't happen in March. It didn't happen in March.
Even though it was released. Okay.
Yeah. The thing is
coming to force, really.
No, the thing is, what people tell you, the press release is there, but they needed to do certain things, which they haven't followed through. Okay. So it means they've said it, but there are certain regulations that they needed to put in place for the business people to literally acknowledge or accept it and start doing it. But it wasn't done. So, but at this point, as I speak to you, it's now 25. Unless
Okay.
if you're buying at night, then they will sell you any price they want to.
For sweet body to beg, no make like laugh. There's a day and a night price. Is getting better. I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, no, they call it Jebu
Oh,
because fuel station close at night. So people will go and buy it in the tanks, and then if you break down in the middle of the street, they will tell you that oh, you get for pay 30,000, you get for pay 35,000 for 1 liter, which is not even complete liter.
and is that real petrol? It could be water.
Well, if you buy water now, you know you have half petrol, half water. That one is on you, but you still buy.
Wheat on a case. Anyway, the next topic when they go to Sweet Bonita, now the R&V launch. Then launch the R&V. Wait till today, I will still say it still be launching. So what you get for say about
No,
the
it's
R&V? One
no,
confusion about
it's ongoing. It's not still launching. It's ongoing
the
because that's something
registration
that will never
verification.
stop. That's something that is
So
never gonna stop.
what we don't benefit from the R&V then Sweet Bonita from when we launched and where we are now?
To be
Because
honest,
there's
I
a
am
disagreement with the fee, particularly for us in the diaspora, the registration and the verification.
Fatia. When it comes to us diaspora, I know sometimes we speak, but nobody's going to hear us. As far as we are concerned, we can afford £10. That is the quote they always use. So if you can afford £10, then it's okay. It's just 1 hour job. That's how they tell you. Now 1 hour work money for a big bowl help me. That's it. But remember, my £10 is heavier than the $10. It's heavier than the €10.
So that's basically that's where the equality came from. Then this is why people in Europe, particularly well, I would say Europe anyway, us here, the euro, the pounds. I think that's why some of us were finding it a little bit difficult. Not that we don't want to pay it, but it's because of the unfairness and somewhat somehow people will find it a little bit biased.
To be honest, let's just accept it. Take it up the chin is for our party and we move. Because we're just going to go back and forth on this, no matter
Yeah.
what we do.
But waiting at the betterment where you don't bring for us then since we launched it, since
To be
it's been
honest,
launched.
for
Because
me, one
waiting
thing,
at the improvement, yeah.
one thing I'm grateful for, I can boldly say now I have paid for the next like 3, 4 years because I did my verification and then I managed to pay for like 2 years. I can do that online. I don't need anybody. You understand? You put your
Mm-hmm.
details in, you scan it through, you pay. So you don't need to speak to anybody. Pay for the position or the kind of cards you want. You can do it over your phone. I have the app, so it's just press it, do it, and then I'm gone.
I have the app. I've never even pressed it to do anything. I am registered, but for go and press it and go to the barcode and the QR code, I'm thinking, whoa, APC get technology.
Is it not the technology we are enjoying on right
Well,
now?
exactly. That's what we wanted. But then again, that's where the laziness and the reluctance of some of us find to say, "Ah, I can go. So I have to go through my chairman, which is Mohammed Kote, to register because I could not be bothered or could not be asked by any means to go on that app, load this up, load that up, press pay. No, I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I think the laziness kind of like kicked in, really and truly. It's like we wanted it and now it's here. We're like, kind of way. So, but to be quite honest, like what you said, I think it was a good initiative for APC for me to move in trends with technology. And we all see where we one and only Secretary General last night I went to China to have some fabulous and fantastic registration card, clearly printed with our name, our QR code. So I think it was quite good that APC bucked the trend for we to be with the 21st century with all other African and diaspora countries in terms of registration and verification card and the app to make it easier for us. So I think that was a very, very good initiative by the APC party. And I think we should all we also appreciate and say kudos and give them the flowers and a pat on the chest and the back to say well done. We have moved and we have bucked the trend So we move and others follow. So sooner or later, SL people probably do the same if they haven't done so already. But at least this will give us like a clear indication that we are ready for 2028. Sweet Bonita, no?
Oh yeah,
We
definitely.
have a clear registration of our members and how many millions of members we have. To be quite honest, we are the largest and the biggest and the only grassroots party in SL.
Oh wait, you are waiting for 2028, but you're still doing EJ. What
No,
business do you have
no,
with 2028?
we have to discuss EJ. We, like you says, they are our colleagues and they're fighting for a just cause. So
I know.
we cannot say, oh no, forget about that.
Oh no, definitely. We're doing what has happened.
If they succeed, we all succeed. But it's just in terms of encouragement, like what Teen Chairman Malcolm said today. You know, people who are EJ, I'm nowhere. I'm just with APCs. As you know,
You are Fatia. Who knows you? Knows you are Fatia. Where Fatia
exactly.
you
Bang
your head and then
I am mad. But if, like what Chairman Malcolm says in his New Year's speech, you know, to reflect and don't be biased towards people who are EJ because they're fighting for something that, if it comes to pass, we will all benefit, which is true. I just need to. Is the concept is there? The good idea is there. It's just a shame, really and truly, what the tripartite, the recommendation, and everything else. This government is a little bit reluctant to add to it, which is really sad, to be honest. But the true cause and the vision and mission is there for the right reason, I would say. So therefore, kudos to the people who are fighting for that. Say that again.
I say, you see, Chairman Malcolm, he was my youth leader.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so you see the brain he has. That's why I said people from Youth League and then people from Young Congress, the brains are different.
They're too different. Of course, they are very, very different.
When I said that to most of the Young Congress people, they said, Bonita, what? I said, listen, if you know what people went through under the Youth League,
so do you think it should be reversed then? Do you think changing the name will make it less important? And then obviously with the age reduction?
No, for me, it's not about changing the name. One thing I always
said, the age reduction bring less experience with Bonita.
Well, that's one thing I said. You know, for us here in the diaspora, the age should have been better. Because for now, my daughter is 21. Me and my daughter cannot be under Youth League. You understand? Mother and daughter.
You understand? For 15.
Thank you. So now, what I was thinking was, when it comes to the Youth League, Young Congress, it would have been at least from their Young Congress to 45. Because Africa, how many 45 years old that live by themselves? They live under their parents and their father.
So you want to tell me say you go class them as youth?
But yeah, yes, under the SLPP is up to 45. It's Africa. That's why I said what we called here youth in the diaspora. When I say diaspora, Europe, UK and America, Australia, you understand?
Yes.
These are youth. Because from 16, people started working to become an adult. So by the time they are 35, they know what to do. Compared to Africa, Fatia, somebody is 16, they are still in primary school. That person that just entered, I'm being serious. So somebody that has just turned 21, that is just telling you now, I'm in SS1, then you expect them to go and be a youth leader. What can they really do or change? Let's be honest, Fatia. And being in politics is not a child's play. It's not a social club. It's not.
No, like Chairman Malcolm say, being in politics, you have to have the temerity and strength and the personality and the pizzazz to go with it. Nevertheless, like going back to the RMV, I think it was a good thing for the APC, for our party and taking us to the 21st century, which we actually was eagerly needed. So the next on our list is the former President Nkrumah leaked audio by MS Bangura in Germany. That was a shocker, wasn't it? When you hear, I was mad. I was like, who recorded the pa? Who recorded the pa? What did you say when you hear that audio of President Nkrumah by MS Bangura in Germany?
To be honest,
was it deliberate or was he aware of it?
Who was aware?
President Nkrumah, was he aware that he's been recorded or did he allow it? Because that's still
no. Well, President Koma will not, he knows people will record his conversation. But for example, I'm speaking to EBK and then I'm recording that conversation. It means I have a hidden motive. You understand? If I'm talking to you, Fatia, and I'm recording our conversation, it means I don't trust what you're saying. And maybe I want to prove you to somebody else. I want to say, oh, I've spoken to Fatia, I've spoken to this person. For me, there are two things I looked at it. Either that person wanted to say, well, I speak to this man on every level, and then somebody says, nah, lie. Oh, the last time, okay, when the time I talk to him, I go record so that you go see we they talk on anything. You understand? Or secondly, I go ask him this question. Whatever I say, then I go show you. And one thing I've noticed for Tia again, I think it was before that we says the elderly things mature. But now you look at the elderly things like kids. As I said, when we were in youth league under the APC UKNI, when the district was having issues, it's us youth league that will be talking case for the districts. It's not like we disrespected them, but we saw it. And then we said, for example, Chema Malcolm, what you're doing is not right. You're supposed to do X, Y, and Z, because if you do it, it becomes biased. And Chema Malcolm will come back and say, oh, yes, it's true. I'm sorry. We move. That's how it was. And that's how it's supposed to be. It's not like, oh, no, because I'm Chema Malcolm, I'm not going to listen. No, it doesn't work like that. But now these are the adult behaves like kids.
Well, you feel say, because when we listen to that tape, the Sweet Bonita, where MS Bangura released back, I think was it April, according to my list. Let me see. Or whenever it was. I think it was April. For me, when I listened to it, I was like, at first, I was like, I even wrote on the diaspora unofficial forum, say, APC, for let me focus on progression. We are focusing on recording people secretly. That's what I wrote on that diaspora 6 page on the unofficial one. But moving forward, when I listened to it, I thought President Koma was very, very much aware that he's been recorded, and by and large give the permission to be recorded. Because Mr. MS Bangura, I don't think he was, I don't seem like a nutter to just go and start recording the power and release them illegally. He know that was wrong, but I think he had the permission. And like it says, by and large, President Nkrumah was aware that it's been recorded with his permission. Because the way he spoke, it was very, very direct. Meaning, if me the recording, I would talk, would go so with the cancel and the recording. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. There's no straightforward, there's no direct. But that was in line. It was focused. That's the word I'm looking for. It was a focused and direct conversation.
Fatia, there are certain people I call when we talk, if it's about politics or family life, we don't hold nothing back. Because I'm talking to you, I trust you. You understand? And to be honest, I think it is unethical, it is unprofessional. I don't know, maybe it's based on the jobs that I have done. But yeah, I can't see myself recording somebody to post.
It's illegal if they're not aware of it here. You will be
even if they are aware of it, they need to sign. Let's say, okay, Fatia, I tell you now, Fatia, record. And then tomorrow I said I did not ask you. Where is my proof? What do I want to prove to people? Fatia, if I have a conversation with you behind the scene, and I want to say, this is what we've said, I don't need to bring a recording. I have said it. If you don't believe me, that's your problem. I don't care. Anybody I speak behind you, the guy says, Sweet Bonita said X, Y, and Z. You ask me if that's what I said. I will tell you exactly what I said. I'm not going to tell you.
What benefits does that bring then, that recording? What how will benefit us? We the listener, we the viewers, we comrades, opposition, everybody in Sierra Leone. What benefits that recording bring us? What did it bring us? Because I don't know, to be quite honest. I know it was an open conversation for us to discuss on the forum, but what the benefits beyond the discussion on the forums?
To be honest, for me, I don't see any benefit in that. What I saw was a total of disrespect because, again, as I said, there are certain people or there are certain conversations, no matter what happened, you do not record people. And based on the person that have attained certain positions, it was wrong. No matter what point you want to prove, it should not be with him. If you have the privilege, the opportunity to speak to him, let it stay with you. But
Well, should
yeah,
we leave that as an open conversation, sweet Bonita? Because we're not sure whether a permission
I,
was given.
I have his number. We talk, we chat, we do stuff. Am I going to start posting that on the street to say, "Oh, yeah, I'm talking to him. I have his number. I've called him." It's wrong. Let's what for
No,
me.
but that's the
was
reason
wrong.
I said we probably should leave that as an open and not concluded, because when I spoke to Mr. Bangura in Germany when we went for the inauguration, obviously it's a conversation I'm not going to have here, but I didn't ask him directly was a permission given to that, but we have a discussion in that, on that particular area. So should we just leave that as an open discussion rather than redraw the line to say it was illegal?
Yes.
We didn't discuss in that, to be honest. So I can't even say whether it was legal or not.
But yeah,
But for me, I did not see the benefit. I just say it just makes
common sense. It's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's It's simple as ABC.
Okay.
And this is just telling you now. Just you'll be careful of things you say because the next thing they will record you and start posting. Did similar thing not happen just a few days ago?
With who?
When we start, I don't know if I can remember the initial because
I missed that one then.
I don't really go.
I missed that one.
No, you did not miss it.
I probably didn't pay any attention.
I think it's SOB. It's SOB.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we talk about Dr. Wuri that passed? That's next on our list.
Oh, the father of the
one of our senior comrades in the APC UK and a senior member of APC globally, Dr. Sire Wuri, that served under Bashaki, Momo, Anes, so on and so forth, passed away. That was a sober moment for us here in the UK now because he was part of our team. A very valuable member, very valuable comrade with vast knowledge.
May his soul continue to rest in peace. I think if Dr. Sure had the opportunity, he would have passed away in an APC meeting. Because even when he was down, asked for Alaji to bring him to a meeting. If you invite him, he will drag himself.
Yeah.
So to be honest, we can only God to have mercy over him and to give him a Jannah because I have no bad experience with that man. In every meeting, he will tell you how he started and where he is and what we should do. So he was, for me, these are the father of the district. And these are the
he was really and truly, like he says, everybody. I think that is the point.
If we have any opportunity.
Sweet Bonita, you're breaking up. I think your reception is a little bit bad. Sweet Bonita, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you are. You're just a little bit fuzzy. I think it was quite a valuable point that you made because Dr. Sireru has a personal relationship with each and every one of us as comrades. It's quite important for somebody to have a relationship with individual rather than a general relationship with everybody. Some of us has a general relationship with others, and some members has personal relationship. I think in Dr. Siri's Wuri case, he made it his business to have personal relationship with people individually, not just as a comrade or as a party, as a whole of a party, but individually, which for me makes him a star. Like you said, let God give and the rest in peace and give the highest Jannatu Fidaus, and let it rest in the like we says in the bosom of the Lord. Amen. We move along again to Honorable Timbo resignation, the impact. What did I mean the impact? Did I miss any impact?
But for me, it was an impact in a way that people from the National Youth League, remember, he resigned as the deputy secretary of the National and then declared for the being like the flag here. I want APC in them to look at this our match 2022 constitution to erect it again, because some of these things.
Speech Bonita, you're breaking up.
One of the things that we have problems again with this EJ, based on the current constitution, after 6 months, the flag bearer or the presidential candidate be null and void. You have no more strength in the party. So these are things we need to look at. And this constitution, when it was written, these are again fraction of people that literally says the former executive were how de facto. They have all the kind of words they were using against them just to make them invalid. They went and brought us a constitution that is not even working properly now that we are looking at it eyeball to eyeball. It did not work. Again, we can only change that when we go to convention or when we are in governance. Because at this point, while we are in opposition, we have people that they said they are going to the current administration to make sure we have problems within our party. So we can change all of this when we come into governance.
That's why it's important, very, very important for us to stick together as comrades and as a unity, oneness, one party, and speak in unison. Because that's the only way the APC party can achieve what it wants. And not just achieve for us, but for the most importantly, for the betterment of Sierra Leone, which is quite important. The next one, now, and it's called my ABK in book. I've never read it. To be quite honest, I have to lift my, but I haven't even bought the book yet. I'm just waiting for somebody to buy it and borrow me. Have you got a Sweet Bonita so I can read and discuss?
It's online. You want to borrow it, you cannot borrow it. Go online and buy it. It's on Amazon.
It is on Amazon. I ain't got the money. I've got to pay for the R&V.
Fatia, R&V is not your problem. You are every day on a holiday, so use one of those holiday trip money and order your book. Nobody should borrow Fatia.
The holiday brings me peace and tranquility and
if you read this book, Fatia, if you read this book, you will see the piece of APC. You will see where APC stand. Trust me. So please, as they always say,
like borrow me the book. Me, I don't like buy book.
Okay, let this be your only book that you will buy. It's an APC book.
I can buy the last book I buy now, Spear by Prince Harry. I still haven't finished the book. I'm in the middle.
So by Prince Harry. Please, you are buying Prince Harry book. Go and buy a next book. And
hey, we let tabloid gossip.
So you need to buy the book and then read it. Because if anybody explains to you, you will not be able to understand it. But if you buy the book and read it, believe me, you will be the one telling people, go and buy the book, go and buy the book, go and buy the book. That's how important it is.
I'm not saying you get the book. Now you don't advise me. Yeah, they can't tell you. Now you don't come off free time for you to come and borrow me the book. I need to read this book. I need to read this book and it's called my memoirs. I need to read it. The next one where they talk about is the DR6 retreat in the Gambia. It was a success. It was a success story, I must say. Hopefully, all the policies and rules wouldn't, put in place will come into pass. But in terms of fundraising and cohesion, meeting people and the diaspora 6 region for ink their legacy on the book, I think the retreat was a success. It was a shame it never happened in the UK because I worked hard on it. which I'm still a little bit begrudged. But nevertheless, we are APC will move on. But I think the Gambia trip was a success. What do you think of it, Sweet Bonita? It was one of a kind. All sorts were there.
Yes. And again, for me, we need to learn, because there was a very good reason for it not taking place in the UK. And also it's going to the Gambia. It also gives opportunity for others to be part of it. Because at the end of the day, we are the diasporans. And I think one of these things that they went to discuss there was also about our costs on our fees that we pay. And again, it came to light when the R&V came up. So you see, when it comes to things, people think ahead, because we have struggled within the diaspora for so long. And then if we have meetings, there are things, it's just on top of our head now. You'd be like, this is the problem of diaspora, this is it, this is it, this is it. You can literally call them like by your fingers. You'll be able to call them out. That's how simple it will be. So for me, as I said, all of that will come into effect, Fatia, when we are in governance. Because when we are in governance, we have the arms of everything.
Yeah.
Even if we say we want to have convention 3 times in a month, we can have it. Nobody will stand in our way.
Then again, this is why it's very important, like it says, for we to be united. Because united we stand, divided we fall. If we're united, there's no reason, no need for we not for conquer and win 2028 election. It's as simple as that.
I know.
Like he says. Anyway, our list is so long. I don't think we're going to finish it. I'm going to have to be picking and choosing on this one. Obviously, we did talk about our chairman, Comrade Minkailu, in illness. So we just wish him a speedy recovery, Sweet Bonita. And that was something that we discussed a lot here. And the APC released a press release. And now we've got our acting chairman for months now in situ, which is Alaji Fode Usmani Ansane. So we want to wish Pamin Kailu speedy recovery, like and taking rightful position. Also the IMAIC then do one of the biggest retreats in Makeni, Sweet Bonita. Did you go to that one because you were in Freetown? No.
No,
It was one of the biggest that we have seen for many, many years.
So after being in opposition, that was when we had so many APCNs in one building.
Yes. Did you go?
No, I was not able to go because I had some court issues down there, so I was in court that day and all that.
Okay.
Africa is a tough place. But again, we need to be grateful to the chairman of the IMC. And again, diaspora, UK and I, we should be proud of ourselves because we produced the chairman. So, and you know, the thing is, I think when we have worked as a unit, we always choose the best. It's not based on sentiment to say, for example, let me just give this one to Sweet Bonita because she's Sweet Bonita. No. Let me give this to Sweet Bonita because she is competent and will not disgrace us as a district.
Disgrace. That's a strong term, Sweet Bonita. Disgrace you?
Fatia, there are people that are going for position. If you give it to them, the district will be disgraced because they will ask where they came from.
Makes this Bonita don't make laugh. We're on a serious show here, my people. Today is a dialogue we're having, a monologue. We're just doing a year in review. Me and Sweet Bonita just going through things that we have talked about over the year 2025. We'll just the recap, talk about it in a very banter way, and for you guys to remember what we have discussed here. There's a lot because there's 4 Sundays and 5 Sundays in a month. So could you imagine? And we had our weekly show as well. But I think we're doing it justice as we go along. We discuss what's important. Yes, like you said, Sweet Bonita, that was the biggest, that was record actually since we've been in opposition. And I want to say thank you very much to Hassan Kamara, the IEMC chairman, for his hard work, in strength, in patience, above all, in good communication, because that's what makes where they are today, and they are respectful. And all the decision we don't take in terms of regularization, in terms of policies, rules and regulation, and make sure when they say A is A rather than A, B, and C. So thank you very much to the IMC chairman Rina Hassan and his team, which David as well, David Fona. I think I interviewed him here 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was quite, students guy, what they say. So
that educated us that he's not Secretary General, he's the Secretary.
yes. So we are very grateful for them as well. The IMC has shown us power. Speak Bonita, the next thing I want to talk about, obviously.
No, before you go again, we need to congratulate them, Fatia.
Go
they
ahead.
just finished their tour.
A nice tour, yes. It's finished on the 4th, isn't it? Is it not today supposed to be finishing?
Yeah, it's today. So they're finishing it today. And he did tell us maybe before they finish or after they have finished, we'll get a list of when our elections will be taking place. And indeed, it happens. So you see, they are working with the National Secretary General, Lansana Doumbouya, to make sure APC and APCNs are well informed. Nothing is left. One thing people will, if they don't know, let them know now. Hassan is legal. He's a lawyer. So everything he does, he makes sure he
by the book.
Not his eye.
And this is exactly.
So he doesn't make fraudulent activities. He's not part of that. So he did everything accordingly. And I'm grateful to them because look at what we've seen. Look at what is happening.
It makes sense. David Fona did promise us by the time we finish, you would have the list. And he stuck to his word, which would say kudos to him as well. Hassan and his team on a thank you for on a good work. This shows that exactly. This shows that we are ready for 2020. We are ready and ready. The next one we want to Sweet Bonita now about this younger business. Younger Tumosu. Younger.
Yeah.
Younger Tumosu. For like SLPP headed by Mada Bio. Then she don't say younger slight soup. Now we are. How we call this complacency? What is this?
To be honest, I don't want to comment on that because under EBK, we knew what he did for us
to secure and handle our place.
Hours. And under this administration, for us to lose it. And remember, it's not just a piece of land we've lose.
It's a sovereignty, really.
Exactly. People that are there, they've been kicked out of what they call their home. It's so, to be honest, Fatia, I pray for the people of Yenga and for the next administration to do the right thing and speak to Guinean to stay away from that land. It has nothing to do with them. No, Fatia, to be honest.
I'm glad the way you say and speak to the Guineans to stay away. We just have to tell Mr. Doumbouya to back off. No, really, to be honest, I don't think the administration, the Mada Bio in presidency has the gut and temerity to do that. Because that's we lose it in the first place. So if you don't lose Sam, the reason we lose it is because you not get the strength, the power, the pizzazz, the know-how to do it. I remember watching vividly on TV when on the social media handle when Mr. Doumbouya came for a visit. I don't know what he can do in Africa, but I thought we were going into some kind of war. The amount of armors that I saw, I was like, what's this? Just to come and say, what was this about?
Our country.
Basically an assassin. I came to assert my position in the region. So that's part, taking Yenga was part of it. You see what you get, you try, you're gone. But the reason I think we are where we are, that probably our army are not able to match, is because when he took power, most people were retired, redundant, and trying to make a very tribalism the army. So for now, Sierra Leone army to me is probably the weakest in that region between Guinea and Liberia, considering we were once the strongest. So it's a little bit sad, really. So Yenga going, it's not a surprise to many, including me. Let's just hope when APC come to power, we're able to do something about it to try to get it back. But it's not going to be funny.
But yeah, when you're fighting for your land, it's never funny.
No.
Never. And you need to be prepared and ready.
Well, I think it's only going to be ready and ready that will be able to do that, to be honest. Just a quick 2 minutes on this. So I'm going to join this together. Fatima Bio in Parliament when she was, uncooked behavior in Parliament, and also the teachers' union strike. So we just put that together. I think that happened sometime in September or so, and Fatima Bio was in
Yeah.
August. Did she
Yeah.
deserve it? Woman supporting women regardless of their party. Afterwards, she only just married to Madabio.
To be honest, I think she disrespected us Sierra Leoneans. Because when you're in the world of parliament, you are not an individual, you represent the state. And her behavior or her action that day was a disrespect. For me, I'm not even looking at the husband, I'm looking at Sierra Leone. Because without Sierra Leone, the husband is nothing. President of who? So for me, it was a disrespect to us as a nation. And for it to be a woman disrespecting, because we all say it's our motherland.
But she justified it. She justified. She said she didn't do anything. The only reason she went ahead and put her earplug on is because the abuse was too much for her. So therefore, she has to put down her coping mechanism by doing what she did. When we see her walking, but when we saw her walking into Parliament, there was no kerfuffle for that to happen, but it did happen. What happened outside was brought into the worlds of Parliament, hence the reason for that. No, for the back chat, the talking, the this. Did she say anything to inside the world to encourage that?
Fatia.
It's something. No, what I'm saying is I'm not backing her, but whatever happened outside should have been dealt with outside rather than in the worlds. No?
No, whatever. Before people enter the world of Parliament, Fatia, they sit and have conversations.
Yes.
So if they have had or somebody have stepped on your toes, you want to bring it out, you are the bigger person. You understand? The same song that they sang, right? When she was entering that well of Parliament, she danced to it a couple of days ago, or let's say a couple of hours ago.
Danced to them against them.
With the same people. So it has nothing to do with us. That was at your party business. You saw it out. When you enter there, it has nothing to do with husband and wife. This was the country, because this is something people are watching internationally. But yeah,
but then what happened outside was brought into the world, isn't it? That's my point. That should have been dealt with outside, no?
No, but the same way she used her coping mechanism publicly, she would have continued to use it in there the way she did it, and then she would have continued there. First of all,
so you feel said basically they put a stop to it before. So if you said they put a stop to it before she started, she wouldn't have, would she?
When Mother was coming, she never stood up, and she made an excuse. And again, YOB came and said, "Oh, she has never stood up." In the end, she came again and retracts that because people show her video and evidence, so that won't change. Then Mother is speaking, you are putting earpiece when everybody should be listening. Even if I'm not listening to you, but at least I should not show that kind of disrespect at your level of exposure. But yeah, let the Bushman do that. Not you that is elite. No, you know, there are certain things, Fatia. Let somebody that don't even know their electric, like you give it to a child that don't even know what is going on and they are playing on their phone. You understand? That's a child because they don't even know the importance of where they are.
Yeah.
But you
it's really okay. Going back to that, I think that was kind of like sorted out. I think an apology was rendered. But what do you think about the student union? I mean, the teachers' union calling for strike in September, just after what happened with Fatima in August, and then the teacher union. They haven't been paid for months. We heard
they're still not being paid. My mother is suffering from that. My friends are suffering from that. My aunties are suffering from that. My cousins are suffering because these are all teachers. They want to give back. Some of them don't even have pin. They are still suffering. They don't have the money. And even while some of them were on the strike, some of their principals were telling them, if you join that strike, you don't come here, don't come back the next day. So to be honest, and as much as we look down on teachers, Fatia, without teachers, nobody is nothing. Even if you find somebody behind the door, they come to your house and teach you, they are still part of the teachers. So we need to give them respect. The little you pay them and you are not paying them is wrong, Fatia.
No, that's true. Particularly, teachers are very important because during your formative years, they're the one who actually planted whatever you grow to learn in the future. If you're not a teacher, we're teaching at from when you're young. when you're older, it really doesn't settle well because your formative years is what really defined you. From that age of 1 to 10, kind of like define and determine, your way of direction. Sometimes you do lose it in a way, but you need that grounded rules. So teachers are quite important. For them not to be paid up to now is it's a disgrace really to Sierra Leone and to the country as well. Another thing I just want to touch on quickly, Sweet Bonita, Chairman Simeon resignation, our fundraising that the UK does. We done quite a lot of fundraising, and then Chairman Simeon resignation. We are chairman. So what do we got to say about that? I just wish him all the best. Really, I'm proud of him.
Exactly. That's the same thing. Can you see where he's going again? So for me, congratulations to him in advance. And I want to wish him all the best. Again, who is the deputy, which is now my chairman, which was my youth leader, is now the chairman. So at the end of the day, you see, for me, whichever way, I'm happy.
And also, just whilst we're on that, in the UK circle, the UK done quite a lot of fundraising for their local constituencies. I think that was a good thing, but we're just gonna go bigger and better after our local election once the new seated executive are in place. So I think we will go bigger and better and make it more directive rather than what we did before. Another thing again we really looked at just briefly, October, the SLPP chairman Batelo Songe. I think we talk about that here. The press on the alarming statement of Batilo. That statement that he released, the Jimmy Batilo Songa.
I know. To be honest, Batilo for me is like a brother. We're all from the UK. And one thing that I've noticed with the current SLPP administrations, they've seen that even though APC at this point, we have not got the current executive, but they know the current one that is coming are going to be people from the youth league. So these are people that are not going to say, let's wait for Jesus Christ to come tomorrow. If we have to go to court, we go to court. If we have to fight, we fight. What we need to do, it needs to be done. And we are not crossing or jumping on things. Things are going to be done systematically and by the law. Just like when before we had CD says level 3 activated. It means our eyes are on the ball. We are not listening to any noise on the side. We are going for the ball, and that's where we are going. So at this point, they are so jittery saying, APC are coming. APC are coming.
Well, we are. Also, then we have quite a lot of death in the UK. Some of our comrades. We had Kel, and then also we have Junior Yassin. So, and quite others as well that passed 2020. So we just want to say rest in peace to all those comrades that passed they are in the true world. Let the Almighty God give them paradise. So
Amen.
And then we still send our condolences to the family of all our comrades that we lost in the UK and I. And also the National APC conference at the party headquarters. Anything to add to that, Sweet Bonita?
To be honest, I just want to say congratulations to APC. Because Fatia, sometimes it's not easy, being in opposition. It's not easy. And again, I want to say kudos to our secretary for also working with the current chairman and also the executive at large, because to be honest, being in opposition, it's not
never easy.
Because sometimes you are pushed to the point where you will say, you know what, let me just walk away. I am tired. That's why you see some people will come and say, oh, it's not a do or die. It's not a do or die, but sometimes you have to stand your ground so that people know, as much as you're not getting paid for it, it's not do or die, but you know what you want and you will stand for the truth no matter what. And I'm grateful to the secretary for that.
Thank you. And also, let's about a minute or so talk about Kush. We've got 2 more lines to go. We cannot end this program without talking about Kush. These dangerous drugs in Sierra Leone that's basically killing our youths. I said to somebody the other day, in the next 10 years, we will have any youth. Because they're coming up, they're following the same footsteps. What do we get for them?
But yeah,
Mhm.
when it comes to drugs, as much as the young ones are taking it, our mothers are the ones giving it to us. The leaders in Sierra Leone, the current administrations are the ones dishing it out. How many times have you heard of a kush container disappearing?
Like a ghost.
1 minute is there, the next minute it's
It's,
not there. Or if it's there, it comes, it's empty. Who will ship an empty container, Fatia? How much is a
it wasn't
container
even
to ship?
empty when that container was penetrated with infrared lights. It has the kush or the cocaine or whatever it is buried in. So it's quite sad, really and truly. Talking about this it's just make us quite weak actually to the knees. To see the young.
I see my brothers and sisters, especially at Waterloo, by the street for Tia every day. There is a cop line on the street. You know, before again, one thing whilst we are talking on push, I also want to say a big congratulations to Freetown City Council, the mayor Ivona Kisoya. She was trying her best identifying these bodies, calling the necessary department to take care of it. Since she stopped, I mean, she was forcefully asked to stop because of the way when they were disrespecting her. But here, every day, there is a body on the street that have taken more than 3 days
Oh my
lying there. Can you imagine? Yes, yes. So
God.
now, when the
Maybe
people put it
after
on the
two
side,
days,
they
that
don't do
would
it.
be
They try to put it
fine.
in the middle of the road. They put it in the middle of the road so that no cars will pass until they picked
Oh
it
my.
up. That's how bad it is. It's so disheartening. You know, being a mother, seeing somebody else's child or brother or sister's son lying down there, you don't feel good about it. It's not, when it comes to Kush rights from above, and we have the drug war in the country, what else do we expect?
Oh, anyway, we've got two more lines. Obviously, we don't talk about the IMAIC, the sensitization program, which should end today, and a date has been released for the lower level election. So we are grateful. Sweet Bonita, I just want to spend about a minute or so talking about this date. For me, these dates are very, very, very not coordinated. To me, it's like so and so. We're having the wards on the 28th of Jan, and then the constituency, including diaspora, the 28th of February, and the 1st of April. April, we're having districts, and then the 3rd of May, we're having the diaspora, and all the way to August in the rainy season, we're having a national conference. I don't understand. Did somebody actually, are we missing something? Normally, because for us in the what I'm saying is for us in the diaspora, this is gonna cost us a lot of money, to be quite honest. For we to go to Sierra Leone in May to vote for the diaspora on the diaspora election and then come home and then go again in August to for the what's it called, national conference, the convention. This is to me, this is quite unfair. And why there's 2 months apart or a full month apart from one day to another?
Remember,
Yeah, because you
initially,
were there for the last convention. It was after the diaspora. Immediately we have the convention. So what has changed for me to have 3 months break?
again, we have a new constitution.
Hmm.
You understand? And we'll
Yeah.
tell you you have to wait for X amount of days before
Okay.
you can do this. That's why I said after all of this, our next convention, you understand,
Yeah.
we will literally look at what works for APC. You know, certain things we were doing before, they will say, oh, it needs to be in conjunction with our constitution. But
Mm-hmm.
again, when that passed by Fatia,
Mm-hmm.
we also have another issue that what does not work for the constitution is not going to work for us as a party.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, in fact, diaspora election took place before in Potloko. And I think a couple of days back, we were in McKinney to have our convention. You understand? But
Yeah.
remember, this one has been so tough. And again, based on our new constitution, these are the requirements they need to do. Because again, as you said, you are looking at it from the diaspora point of view. They are thinking, okay, diaspora go back and come back. They forgot that it costs money. For me,
So
that's
really, then we're gonna lose us, Bonita, because people like me, you, and somebody else. I'm speaking for a few of us who are not money fine or money. What's in color? Money box. It's gonna be difficult for us to pay 800 or 900 to go in May and come in August. Where are we gonna find that money? So basically, we're gonna lose out.
Yeah. Wait. Let me see. For me, let me see. Where is mine?
Because yours is the 3rd of May.
No. Mine's not 3rd of May. Yours is the 3rd of May.
No, mine is the 1st of April.
Oh, okay. Yours is the 1st of April.
And then the Diaspora 6 region is the 3rd of May. And then the National Convention is the 14th, 15th, and 16th of August. So when did you follow? Are you not part of the national of the which one did you follow? The DR6? The national.
No. The special organs. Women's Congress.
Oh yes, at the bottom. Yeah. That I think that was in I went through that when I had the news today. When is your date again?
Well, they said the 7th is when the list will come out. Then the
delegates published. Yes.
Yeah.
So yours in May. Yours is May as well.
Yeah, it's in May.
So the DR6 is the 3rd, and straight after that is yours. So you see, if you have to be there, obviously, for yours, and then you voted, you're not gonna. I know you spend the whole year in Sierra Leone, 2025.
If it's not even my health, I would have still been there.
Yeah, no, sweet Bonita, you get mind anyway. But then when you go in May, you ain't coming back, isn't it, till the National Convention?
No, I can't go in May. Remember, I can't just go for just an election. You need to go there, speak to the delegates, Fatia. Tell them why.
You're basically gonna go soon again.
No, I can't go soon because remember, let me do free promo for the Young Congress. Young Congress are having their fundraising in March 28th here in the UK, St. Mary's. So after that, then I need to, because again, I can't leave here without the district on your stuffs that you're doing. So I'm going to be here till you guys finish your one.
April. So you'll be going in April. Thank God ours is the 1st of April. So you could just go the 2nd of April.
Guess what? 2nd of April is my birthday. I don't travel on my birthday. That's something.
Well, the 3rd of April. I've given you a date, sweet buddies. You just have to accept this date. No.
Are you buying the ticket? For me now, my plan is maybe even if I go, I'm not going to come back. I'm going to stay there till convention.
Because that's what I said. There's no way you go in April and then come back in August. So some of us are not going to be present for the convention then, because if I go for the DR6, which I wanted to,
you have to.
Exactly. So there's no way, unless you're buying me a free ticket for August, then obviously by all means.
And then you're buying me a free ticket for April, isn't it?
By all means, I would be going there. Other than that,
I'm not doing fundraising. I'll be calling all of you to send me funds because I need money. I need money. I'm not even working and I'm sick, so I need money. But
and then finally, we don't come to the end. We get the final one for talk about. It's Sam Sumana. Over to you, my lady.
No comment.
Well, you have to comment.
Sam Sumana is back in APC. Sam Sumana has been in APC.
He never actually really left, really, truly. So I think for me, the PPRC, it was quite a good decision because, to be quite honest with Bonita, we don't need God again. We need to play serious politics and come in power 2028. We don't need any Jojo. Anybody who wants to bring Jojo, I will bind them in the name of Jesus. Not to be. We don't
Amen.
We don't
Holy Ghost fire.
We don't want no Jojo.
No.
So I think it was a good thing that the PPRC has made that decision, and our acting chairman, Alhaji Fode Usman Yansane, accepted it with good faith.
Doctor.
And everybody accepted it with good faith. And Sam Sumana is going back to the 2020 ruling to say he's not a new member. That was a bit funny when they said he was a new member. To say he's not a new member.
A new member. You know,
Because
there is a
that was the thing. He wanted his registration to go back because the card they give him says he's a new member. Well, the membership he was given wasn't, if them again not enough for me entitled for stand as a flag bearer. So therefore, he has to go back to the 2020, which give him the rights to come out as a flag, well, to join the queue, really and truly.
That's
So
fine.
I think it was a good ruling.
The queue is long. Let him follow. People have been there
Exactly.
before him, so let him just join.
Yes.
And again, for me, I want one thing. The only thing for me I'm against is you have people that are not even what to become a ward chairman, or in fact, let's say a councillor, who bring themselves forward to become a flag bearer. Those are things that I think going forward they should tell people. I know sometimes they said, "Oh, if it's people's rights," but there are certain rights. You look at the person's condition, you know that you are not qualified. So going forward, those are things that it needs to be stopped. We should not even encourage that at all. Because there are people that are coming for this position thing, they are not even qualified. But just for you to be there, fine. At least still the party makes money because you just don't go there for nothing. You pay money. After paying the check, they said you are not qualified. It's one not against you.
Sweet Bonita, look at the APC dog.
Yes.
This is the APC dog of the diaspora UK and I. It represents all of us. You get green jumper or not? Actually, this is blue. It's not green. I take it back. Hey, say hello to all your fans.
So you are bringing green jumper on an APC platform. It's
no, this is blue. It's blue. It's blue. This is blue. Nicely blue. And good. Thank you. Anybody, anyway, everybody, we'll just want to say good night. Una, thank you. We don't do a review.
I know.
Is there anything that we left, Sweet Bonita? And also we talk about the tripartite system, the implementation, full recommendation of 80 or 85. And also we don't talk about that as well. And we want to say thank you to all the viewers that will support us in 2025. Yes. Una, thank you. Let God bless you all for continuing supporting us on this platform. We've done a recap. We've done a review of 2025. We close it up permanently and put it aside on our archive. We want to say thank you to all we technical team member, JS Momo, Mo, Dr. Denke, Galil, I can never say his name properly. Galil, Delwyn. Who else now the tech word on left, Sweet Bonita?
I think that's it. Those are the only tech I know of. I don't know of any tech.
No, that's it. So we want to say thank you very much to all the technical team, and also we hosting at this platform. We want to say thank you to Maria who joined us a few months ago. Maria, thank you for standing in.
She needs to come back, you know. She needs to come back. She should not go anywhere.
She was standing for you, but I think she's part of us now. We own coordinator Owankasu, me, and everybody else that is a host on this. Melvin, we want to una all time. Melvin don't lost Pario for where go na the how you call the place where you come again? What's it called? Pujang. For where Melvin go Pujang, me no, I not see Melvin again. It then at the Wanjama River. He said they swim at the Wanjama River. So up to now we not see Melvin, but want to say thank you to Melvin as well. Everybody wouldn't be hosting at the APC platform 2025 on a thank you. And finally, we want to say thank you to we guests, we followers, we subscribers, both Twitter, now X, Facebook, YouTube. On a thank you. Without Una, we wouldn't be here Sunday after Sunday, weekly. Una, oh, thank you so much. We technical team, what they print with flyers, what they can, where they prepare the platform. And the boss, we guessed the one they send invitation for Una can't join with Una thank you. Now Una make this show yeah so perfect. Una make this show perfect. We thank you now. We extend with greetings and a proper new year and compliment of the season to all of you guys. Sweet Bonita, what do you want to say before we draw to an end?
A happy new year to everyone. We appreciate each and every member that have helped us financially, mentally, physically, socially, because without you guys, this platform would not continue. And again, I'm appealing to all ward, constituency, districts to please give us a member, both the technical team, and also a presenter so that they can be presenting shows on your district or your constituency, because it's not good for just me and Fatia. Like when I went to Africa, I'm struggling with internet. Somebody else has to step in, but it's not easy. So please, if we have more people, more the merrier. It will be nice. So
like
please,
you can do my own show as well.
yes.
And we want to talk about the campaign first, the women campaign first in Sierra Leone. Headed by Maria Malo, where they take place on Tuesday, I think at the Family Kingdom Hall. Please, guys, when I go support and at the first program running at the APC calendar. Now fundraising, and also election they can. It's not easy when I go support Maria Malo. And also we get the news where we don't introduce now as well. The weekly summary news will be run by us. Alternately, when I follow this platform, if like us sweet bonita say, if I get any program, when I just write on a program, on our protocols and procedures, on our SOP, and send it to be coordinated when I want to, it go reviewer. And boy, you're on board, really and truly. This is APC. Now, APC Diaspora TV online. It's not UKNI TV. It's not Gambian TV online. It's APC Diaspora. So if the Gambian people have their show, by all means, bring it up. As long as it's in line with the APC policies, then we're fine with it. There's protocols and policies in place. Just write your program, your aim and objective, your SOP, and just explain what you want to do. And then one can still go look at and call a meeting and we discuss it fairly. And then why not? That's what we're here for. That's why this platform was set up, is to serve us. So Una join on board. Please, guys. I want to say again, Una, thank you. Sweet Bonita, before we close, anything else?
Just to give them a heads up, we're having two other presenters on the show with their program, one from the States and one from Canada. So definitely they will be expecting and seeing beautiful ladies. Imagine, these are ladies coming on board again. So it's going to be 5 of us. Myself, Fatia, Maria. I don't want to call the 2 because maybe they are still shaking if they want to come or not. But definitely the new year, you're going to see 2 different new faces that is going to join us on this platform. We love you guys so much. APC business, not all man business. So let's come on board and say chatter. Happy New Year, everyone. God bless you.
Happy New Year. Good evening. Good night. We love you all. Tata.
Cheese. Famous. Hello, 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 hello. One life on leave, me self get one life on leave. Why we not go use am gladdy and enjoy the time? Palava no dey finish, time me no dey wait nobody. Now why are they try for always get am nice every day and night? This one way we all fend we safe, not nobody own. You want to eat with too much, we go down to belly nine you young. And the balance where you go die left, now all the money on. So why for the greedy you say for? If the motor car where you let buy 'em. If you see finance where you collect bill 'em, oh. You meet up woman where you let yanam. And if you let the man na for keep 'em, want them more. The food where you feel for eat na for eat 'em. That fine la pan where you let na for buy 'em. And tie 'em more. And if you baby love you back love 'em. But if you love them all now, you not for left 'em. Want them more. Cause nobody know what's in tomorrow all. So every day of my life till I'm old, I fast in enjoyment stay go. Now for land for care for yourself. Nobody love you past you yourself. All man they fed for himself. Oh. Now why I know they allowed with the other man they pan take me peace away. Me joy away, me smile away. Oh no, make nobody take your peace away. Me joy away, me smile away. Oh no, every day.